The last thing I'm just going to show you is I want to add a box on top of this. So once I hover these, it's going to like pop out from beneath it. So kind of like when I do this, it's going to move out here, and this one is going to stay green. So having an overlay effect. And how I'm going to do this is actually kind of easy. I'm just going to grab the control element here, or control bar, and I'm just going to do a paste on this, so I have two control bars. If I click save, woo, it's still there, it's just on top of the other. But I'm going to add two, or just change the name. I'm just making it easy for myself right now. Control bar -2. And in my style, I'm just gonna take this and copy it and add 2. So now they're again in the same place. Position, same width, same height. I'm just gonna move it a little bit back. So instead of moving it in 100, I'm just adding a little bit more over here. So they're still changing. So if you actually do this now, look, it's already doing a new thing, because the change, the hover effect, is only for control bar 1 that we created down here and we created up here. So right now the control test is only being part of the first one, but we created a new one on top of it. Now we want to add a little bit more to this. So once we hover it, it's going to increase the size of this, or moving it a little bit out, right? So like kind of like we did in the previous video where we moved it with the translate. So we're going to do that as well. So we're going to tell the system that, hey man, once you do something here, move it so we can actually see the effect. So let's go down here. For each time we do the hover effect that we did here, we are also going to add a transition to the box. Not only a color change, but actually moving it. And we already have assigned the animation, so it should just work with it. So how did we do it before? We added a transform. And we added the translate X to move it on that X here. And we're just going to add 50 pixels. And remember to close it and click save. And then let's see what this does to our browser. So once I hover it, it should color from here and expand out, right? Woo, look at that. So now we kind of made the illusion, I guess, that something is expanding depending on where we hover it. And this is animation that's both using transition, translate, we're using loops, we're using maps. We are trying to make our code as short as possible, as clean, as dry as possible. So we don't have, like, if I did not use SCSS here, I probably would have 150, 200 lines of code maybe, if they separate like this. But by using SCSS, we can just narrow it down to this. So this is hopefully starting to make sense to you why SCSS is a good idea as well, and why it can actually help us. And once we get more acquainted to it, more comfortable with it, we're not going to have to research every time, but well, we just need a loop here, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and so on and so on. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you with the basics here, with more static, more simple SVG elements. And in the next series, I'm going to be using what we already cut out with the planets, and adding and doing different things with those and moving them around. See you in the next series.